Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. I'm Richard Carlton. I've been called in like the baseball AAA baseball team is like, the pitcher is down. I've been called back in on emergency relief status because Nick Hunter is sick. Today is an open Q&A, but we have some questions that have already been sent to us. We're going to work on that momentarily.
This is the fun question. How to duplicate a record that has a portal with records in them.
Yeah, this would be a really good one. You want to, Margaret, how much time we got? We got 20 minutes. You want to do this one?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's give this a shot. Let's not do
brand new file.
Yeah.
I want a brand new file. It'll be a local file. Close every
Great new.
So what the question is, I have a Command D. Go ahead, keep going, Margaret. I'm just talking to the no.
Oh, completely
two
blank.
tables.
I see. Okay.
Two tables, contact table, invoice table, connect them up. So we have, or a contact and notes. No, do contact and invoice because people always, this is actually in starting point. What this is, it will be in starting point. So I need contacts and invoices.
Yeah.
So can I talk to the audience without you
Yes.
listening to me? Okay. So here is the deal. FileMaker, and when you're a brand new rookie developer, why we're calling the upcoming training FileMaker 60 Days for Rookies, right? And I'm not talking down to anyone. I'm a rookie on some topics. There's always something I don't know. So people go Command D. What is Command D? Duplicates the record. Well, I'm on an invoice or something and it has a portal. I hit Command D and I get the base record, but the related data isn't duplicated. Okay, that's best I can tell will never be a feature in the product. That requires a script. The script is not hard to do. In fact, we've covered a lot of scripting sessions here not too long ago. We're going to revisit this topic right now. But the idea with this is that it's going to be, the idea is that when you write a script for all of us, and even me, when I haven't written scripts in a while, I need to write a complex one and you're trying to overthink it. The best thing to do is to just pretend like you're explaining to one of your staff members who's not a FileMaker person. Okay, so you're on the phone with them. Okay, I'm going to verbally walk you through what we need to do this to make it work just this one time. Well, I don't want to have this conversation with the person every time. Just play along. If you can explain to them on the phone one time using manual controls in FileMaker, you can write a script that will do it. This is that concept, right? If you can walk your way through it, talk your way through it, step by step, then you can make it happen. Okay, so Margaret, you got a relationship yet? Do we have that?
I'm working on it.
Okay, so you need an ID. You got that? Just put first name. That's all you need on there. Then you're going to need ID contact. There we go. And then you need just put a description in there. We need at least a description field, Margaret.
Okay, for invoices?
Yeah.
Okay, fields, description.
And the last thing on the relationships is have it create an auto enter. That in fact, I was doing training the other day with a guy whose head was hurting, and I explained to him that in the relationship we can have it auto enter. And when it does auto entering, no. In relationship, double click the relationship on the right side. Allow creation. Auto enter is not the right thing. Allow creation of the. Well, it does kind of auto enter, but it's that button right there. Hit that, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So there we go. So hit OK. Okay, so go to layout mode, drop the portal on here, drop the related records on here.
Which one's the portal button? I forget. Is it this
that one right there.
Okay.
Okay, drag it. We only have one relationship. That's fine. We don't care. Hit OK. Move over the description. That's all you need to move. Okay, and then so you go to browse mode. Put okay, just create a new record. Can you create a new record for me?
Yes.
I didn't. Okay.
Oh, I messed up on the. Hold on.
Everyone else saw that. I didn't catch it. I'm sure David Angel is screaming at his computer. Or Canberra.
Oh, hold on.
Or Beef Jerky 23. Is it Beef Jerky? What's it? Jerky? What is it? Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Goblin Jerky 23. Yeah, sorry about that. You guys have great suggestions, great ideas in here.
This should be fine, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. Because it will auto enter, auto populate as part of that process. And then when I said that to the poor guy, his brain blew up. Okay, so put a name in there. Let's put Goblin Jerky 23 because Jerky 23 has to just be close. He knows we're talking about him. I'm assuming it's a guy. Could be Mrs. Jerky. If it's Ms. Jerky, I do apologize. All right, so this, let's put a description of the invoices. Okay, so we bought a rescue cat,
I was
and
about to
we
say
have
bought a cat.
bought a cat. Next line, we have to buy cat food, and then we have to have it neutered,
Neuter the cat.
chop off the essential parts.
Cat tower.
Cat tower, catnip,
Oh yeah,
catnip.
catnip.
We have to have drugs for the cat. Okay, great. Now, Margaret, I want to duplicate this invoice.
Oh. Oh, you're asking me to do this
No,
now.
no, 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 no. So someone calls you. So Canberra calls you. Hey, Margaret, duplicate the invoice, right? Well, if we can walk Margaret through it, I'm going to walk her through it. If we can walk her through it, then verbally, then we can write a script. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk Margaret through the process. She's going to write the script. Okay, that's how we're going to do this. So essentially, someone wants to have a button, and it's going to duplicate the. Now you could duplicate it for the contact or for someone new. Let's assume that we want to duplicate the invoice, and it's going to duplicate everything. The only thing that will really be different was that the ID contact would be a new ID contact. Okay, so we want a put a button up there that does. Okay, that's fine. Yep, duplicate. There we go. Okay, and we're going to start a script. So let's start a script that we're going to do this, right? So this is like what we call plain English, and it's such an important thing. If you're brand new to FileMaker and you're frustrated with scripting, this is the thing to do. So here we go. So Margaret, first script step. We want to. What we want to do is we want to, and I'm going to do this very basic usury without any fancy FileMaker. And this script is so easy to do and it's so reliable. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take this invoice and we want to duplicate it. So what I want to do is I want to capture the ID of this invoice number. Right now, it was a contact. It was a contact that had an invoice. The whole thing's an invoice, right? What do we have? What do we have? A contacts
I don't know
table?
if I actually have a ID invoice name number.
Just let it. Can you do me a favor and change it real quick? Adjust the table names because this will make more sense to people.
Okay.
Okay, I want that contacts becomes invoices and invoices becomes invoice line items.
Okay. Invoices change. Okay.
Okay, it won't let you have duplicate names, so change the bottom one first. Invoice line item.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Don't save.
Yes. Okay. Invoice.
Other one is invoices. Now it makes more sense. Okay, got it.
Change.
And then so there's really. Can you change the field names real quick? Once again, we're ad hocking this off the ass. Yes, just
okay. So
that's invoice. That's ID invoice, and the other one is going to be in invoices line items, right? That'll be no ID. It's ID contacts. It'll be ID and it'll be just put ID invoice line items. Trust me.
You see?
No, you're fine with that. That's ID invoice. That's fine. Actually that's fine like that. That's fine because it's going to belong to its parent. That's the relationship, right?
Yes.
It should have its own ID though.
Yeah.
Technically, right? Technically, should have its own ID line item. It's a serial number.
Okay. So am I adding that, or are you just saying that I should have that?
Just do it real quick. Otherwise, someone won't understand why we didn't do it. They'll be confused.
Yeah. ID
invoice line items
item.
And that's a primary key, so it'll be its own deal. Okay.
Okay. Number. Okay. Line 01.
Okay, right. Whatever. Perfect. And that's text number. Okay, great. Browse mode.
Yes.
Okay, so now on the layout here, go on the portal, back on the portal, put it on just so we could see it, put the invoice, put the foreign key on there and see, make sure it's just option drag to the left or correct to the right.
Option drag.
Duplicate. No. Just the field.
I see. Oh, I did not know you could do this. Cool.
Okay, well, welcome to modern FileMaker. We can do that. Okay, we're just going to put that over there. Go to browse mode. Okay, now that's the primary. Okay, those were created without that. All right, so this is one where it's going to take a moment to do this. Okay, put both fields on there, Margaret, for me. I need both the primary key and its related field on there as well. Okay, there you go.
Okay, copy and then option. Yep.
Option drag, thank you. Invoice, that one. Yeah, I do that one there, right? Okay, get rid of that.
Boop.
And hopefully that will kind of work somehow. Okay,
It
there
does.
they all are. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're all there. Okay. So the way this works is that you're going to, in when you start this process, go to your script and
Hmm.
say set variable. Just first thing you're okay. Margaret, go down a post-it note and write down the invoice number. And that's what we're doing right here. It's not called post-it, it's called set variable. This is a FileMaker post-it note. There we go. Invoice. Okay.
Number.
Okay,
Okay.
great. That's you're gonna have to remember this exact spelling, so try not to get too
Yes.
elaborate with it. Okay. Specify and
Yes.
grab it off the current. It's down there at the ID invoice down there, left.
Okay.
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 You didn't put it
Did
there.
I? Oh, right.
You
No, I clicked it. Yep. There we go. Yep. Okay.
all right. Okay. Save your script. Command S. Save your script. Great. All right. Great. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to what I would do is I would in the simplest of time I would say then couple returns down, new window. So we'll be on the same. Now, once again, we're starting off assuming that we're on the same window. I would put some comments up above, but that we've told Sally, the whoever to create a new window.
Yes.
Now we're on the same record we were.
Yes.
I'm going to say, if you want, go ahead and duplicate the current record if you want.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So that duplicates the base record. Okay.
Okay.
Now, which puts it that record. So now create another new window. Okay. Now this is what, and I do, and when starting point, we've actually coded all this out, right?
Mhm.
Now that we're going to jump the layout, we're going to say, and these are separate commands for simplicity. I know I can combine them together for some of you being advanced. Go to layout. We want to go to line items layout. Okay. Now we're going to another enter find mode. It's like, well, you could do it with go to related record. We're not, that's all. You can't tell Sally, the person on the other end of the phone, go to related record. She has no idea what that is. We want a person with no FileMaker programming expertise to be able to, if you can walk them through this, you can write this script, which is what I'm demoing right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For a basic, users can do advanced things, very advanced things. All right. Set the field of the line item because we're on the line item. So set that foreign key to the invoice number that we captured in the variable. So Sally, do a find and take the off the post-it note and stick it in there that you wrote because there was a post-it note up at line 1. So that is gluing the post-it note into there. Now you're going to perform the find. Okay, return, perform the find. Perform find. Okay. Now you perform the find. Okay. Okay, here we go. So now we have a found set of those records. Okay, we're gonna let's do a loop real quick. Just start a loop on this, and I'm trying to do this perfect the first time by explaining it to you. Now, a couple of returns. Okay, now we're at the very before the loop. We're going to say go to. So I'm going to say Sally, go to the very first record in that list, and it should be there already, but just in case, so put that before the loop, Margaret, before the loop.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, because what I'm going to tell, okay, Margaret, delete the loop. I'm trying to follow my own word. Just delete the loop. Trust me on this. Okay, Sally, we're going to go to the very first record. Great. Duplicate the record. Okay, set. Right. Okay. Oh, I forgot something now.
We didn't catch the new ID.
We need 2 post-it notes.
Okay.
We need 2 post-it notes. One post-it note, the second post-it note, right? All right. Sally goes, well, I didn't write the new one down. We need a post-it note with the original invoice and a post-it note with the new invoice. Okay. This is why doing this cold is so exciting in front of an audience. It's a killer. Okay. ID invoice. Perfect. Okay. So it's the same. So we've captured the same field, but in 2 different scenarios. One was on the original, and then the second one is on, and we'll step through this. We'll see this all happen. We're going to do this. I need about another 10 minutes, everyone. So anyone who want to see this, but for beginning developers or scripting people, this is so, I've had thank you notes from people thanking me about this technique. So we're going to say duplicate it. Then I want to set now. Now what Sally saw is that she's on the top record. She duplicates it. The FileMaker in that list will be focused on the new duplicated record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that's the duplicate. So then we want to tell that duplicate, no, you belong to this new invoice. So we need to set it to go to the new invoice, right? So we go to the there and we need to post it. Did you call it new invoice number? What'd you
Yes.
call it?
New
There you go.
invoice.
I was explaining and you were typing. Good. Okay. So now here's the deal. I say, Sally, omit that record out of the stack. So we had a found set. Everyone understand what a found set? We did a find.
Oh, we're still
There's
in the
millions
find.
of
Yeah.
records.
Yeah.
We're still in a million records. We duplicate. It duplicated it, and there's not a source date, so it dropped it at the bottom. We would omit. It removes it from the found set. Omit record. So now we're back to just the records that were the core. So we created the duplicate. We already did the first one. We got rid of it. Now we need to jump back to, now Sally, go back to the top record. Go back to the top record. Go to record number 1. Omit that. Okay. Now, Sally, everything I just did, I need you to do it over and over and over again.
Till the found set ends. Yeah.
Well, how do I go over and over and over again? It seems like a waste of time. Oh, it's called a loop, Sally. I want you to just do a loop. Get an extra coffee and a smoke. I was in Florida. Everyone's smoking like chimneys in Florida. Like, wow. Like Top Gun fighter pilots all smoking. It's like, wow. Thought you guys were supposed to be healthy.
And then you'd have to exit the loop eventually, right? When it's all done.
Yeah. So where are we at with that? So what'd you do? So
I exit if.
okay, so yeah, so then what you do is you say if the get, I would say the found count
So
equal,
get,
yeah, parentheses, found count. If it equals 0, you're done, right? Okay, so then you're on a window, and you're gonna want to,
you would need to close 2 windows, I think.
Then I'd say, Sally, you finished that down there. So under the loop, you want to close the first window. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then close the second window, I guess. And then the bottom, well, no, don't close the second one because then you'd have both of them open, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, then you'll have both open. This one you could do go to record?
No, it's already, no, you're already there.
Oh,
it's already on it's already there.
It's already set. Okay, yeah.
All right. So do we want to step through this and see if it works?
Yeah, let's give this a shot. Okay.
Do you want to actually script debugger and watch it go?
Sure. I was going to script debugger. I'll add it to the button, I guess.
No, yeah, turn on script debugger and then add that script to the button if you want.
Script debugger.
Okay, that'll allow us to slow it down. Okay.
Then we're gonna
put that button on there. There we go.
Form script.
So something, as long as you can explain it to her to do it.
Yes.
Like copy this on a post-it note, paste it over here off the post-it note. All right, run it, see what happens. And then as it spawns a new window, you can still interact. You can move the windows around a little bit so we can see that. Okay, so set variable.
Oh, hold on. Fine. Data viewer.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
You don't think it's necessary? Okay.
Nah, we don't have time for that. It's going to work. New window. Okay, now the second window went right over the top of the first window. So we're going to offset them. There we go. So the new window, the old invoice is behind. The new window is the front one. Okay, now it's going to spawn. Oh, go ahead. It's going to duplicate. There we go. Okay, now it's going to grab that onto a post-it note 2, the second invoice. Now another new window. And you're going to move that down even more. Now this is going to be where we're going to adjust the line items, which should be a list, I would hope, but it might be a form view. Okay, how do we, can you go over there and change it to all right, just hit stop for a second on the script. Just hit stop. Trust me on this. Click on that, go to layout mode, see if you can switch it to a list view. It's got a huge, go to layout. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I see what you're saying. Invoice line item.
Or just change it to a table view. Yeah. It's already on. No. They're already on. Just go back to browse mode. Go browse. Go change it to table, that one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There we go. Okay. Now, go ahead and close the window and close the other window because we misfired so we're going to have to try it again. So we already failed just because I want it to look good as it goes, right?
Yes. So.
Okay, here we go. Try again.
Pop.
Okay, pop. And then you have to Move the window. Don't forget to move your window down.
Right, yes. Yep, duplicate.
Okay, okay, down.
Duplicating.
Yeah.
Set variable.
Now, one more time. Yep. And then move it down, and then it's going to jump to the next layout. So now we have a list. Okay, what'd you do? Just don't panic.
I accidentally hit it. I
Hit,
held it
hit
too long.
don't hold it. Okay, so it okay, it's entered find mode is what it's doing.
Yes.
It's trying to find the line items from the original invoice. Find them off the post-it note.
Yes.
And now perform the find. Click it once, Margaret. We have a find. So these are the items we're going to duplicate. So watch this. Here we go. Step one, go to record request first.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Now go to the next line. Okay. Now duplicated it. Now hit next line. Ooh. So it took the bought a cat, duplicated it. Now it's going to omit it. Boop. And now it's going to go to the very first one. Boop. And omits that too. Is it found set 0? No. Loop. And repeat. So just start stepping through, Margaret. This list will eventually get smaller and smaller and smaller until the list goes to 0 and then it exits. Very simple English commands. And so we end up with an identical invoice.
There you go. That took us like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So
we jumped through some hoops. We probably lost some people, but I think the idea is once again to demonstrate basic, not a bunch of advanced. We got to do a JSON array with some SQL statements. Stop. For brand new FileMaker people, of which all these comments are from the last week online. These are all brand new FileMaker people coming to the platform for the first time. So even though we all know this, I need to repeat these things, right? So they don't get lost along the way. And so be able to explain to someone, make a post-it note, write it down. That's a variable. Okay.
Rusty Balboa Dev. This seems like the worst way to do this. If you are an experienced FileMaker developer, it probably is. But the people who are asking this are not. Yeah.
I mean, you're saying that's the worst way to do it. If you were duplicating, if we, in FM starting point, we do this and we actually do a little error trapping. Like when we do a find, we make sure it finds the invoice, although how would that fail? But we comment it, we put an error trap in there, we do some other things. But in starting point, when we take an invoice and we have an estimate, so you create an estimate for someone in a business process, then you duplicate it and you say, well, turn it into an invoice. Okay. We actually duplicate it into the invoice table. Right. We just don't change it, a status of it's an estimate to an invoice, because sometimes someone will create an estimate. And then from that estimate, it's like a master estimate. They'll create 5 or 6 or 8 invoices from that estimate. Right. So, but yeah, we coded it the same way. You would code it the same way. You're like, well, how would you, I mean, if it's one of those things, if you know enough to write it differently, you might come up with a different way. I guess you could try to export the data and then back in FileMaker 2, you couldn't do all these, the scripting wouldn't support this. We would actually do this with doing an export command and then a re-import. We'd import from one table to another table.
And I'm sure there's some way to dump all these records into a JSON array that you can then duplicate and all that stuff.
But I'll be honest with this coding here, unless you had an invoice with 5,000 line items, I don't think you'd see a performance drop on this at all. In fact, if you thought you had any performance issues with it, you tell the script to run on the server for you. Perform script on server. And the server does it for you at about 1,000% faster, 10 times the speed. So yeah, then you're like, well, it should be a JSON array. Well, if you're doing JSON array development and doing that kind of stuff, think about other ways of doing it. But these questions are from brand new people, and they're good questions, very, very good questions. So Russ, someone said that was
on YouTube. Yes.
Sure, I get all that. Once again, it's people. We'd start talking about anchor buoy, right? And I had these people that were getting literally a level 10 migraine headache from trying to understand this, and then they understood it. And they go, "Oh my God, this is so simple." And they go, "Well, there are other ways of doing it." I said, "Yeah, if you know enough to argue with me about the design of the relationship graph, then you don't need to be watching the training, if that makes sense, right?" So,
And
I
not that
mean,
we don't have advanced training. We've had the last couple of weeks.
been
All
very,
of
I'm sure.
Hansa's have been
I
very advanced.
Yeah, very advanced. I normally do beginning to intermediate level training. I like Joanne's graphic comment once again for beginning and intermediate people who are learning this stuff.
I did consider making it a UUID, but that defeats the purpose of beginning beginning
Yeah, because they
developer
don't know
conversation.
because the brand new people intermediates don't know what this 32 digit random code is, right? It's
Yes.
like, what is this thing? It's worse than my credit card number. Like, how do
Yes.
I deal with that?
Yes.
So yeah, I don't want to have a 10-minute conversation on that. So that'll be it. So
Yes.
Top Cat, thank you. Gadidi, Jans, Hot Air Balloon Kin, Larry the Marine. Hey Larry, hopefully you're doing well. NJ from Australia. Welcome as well, everyone. I'm glad to be back, and you'll see me a lot more in the future.
Yes. No. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one, and bye-bye.